How's it going? Got an interesting gun here today. I picked it up the other day. The FNX 9. They did not have it in black and stainless, which I was kind of disappointed by, but you know, obviously clear. And I really like the looks of the gun, and I've heard great things about FN as a company, as of course, they make the SCAR, which is phenomenal if you can afford the damn thing. So I wanted to give one of their products a try. I was in the market for a full-size 9mm, and this is what I came up with. The trigger is actually very nice on this gun. I'm not used to having a hammer with a gun, no, except on a revolver that I do own. Very crisp, very light. I want to say maybe in the 6-7 pound range. I'm not sure, haven't had it tested. It does have an external safety, which is kind of hard to manipulate. They try to mimic the 1911, but the more you use it, the easier it gets to use. As with anything plastic. I did have a lot of problems with this gun when I first bought it. Kept having dead trigger, which I've never had a problem with any of my guns with, except this one. And it really worried me because it was from a company that I, heard nothing but amazing things from. I'll go ahead and tell you what was going on with this gun. Let's see here, get a good view on it. The trigger bar here, that little nub that goes ahead and disconnects anything from going on. See how when you engage the safety, it goes down. So, and the problem was it was staying down when the safety was turned off, just like that. And what was causing that was it's supposed to ride in this little channel here, as you can see the markings from it. And there was a little bit of overlay right here that it was just riding along one of these inside rails. So I didn't really see it as a defect on the part of FN, more of as a fitting problem, because these plastic framed guns do have some fitting issues when it comes to that. So racked my brain for about 45 minutes to half an hour to figure out what I could do about it. So all I did was take a little file here and file the edge off there, so if it did try to ride up along that edge, it would just kind of catch it and then fall right off it. Catch it, fall right off. And solved the problem immediately. I'm no gunsmith, but I do a lot of little nitpicking and tinkering here and there. And I pride myself on not ever having to return a firearm to the company. I do have the tools necessary to go ahead and fix most problems. So I go ahead and try it before I send it in. Or at least think of a way to do it, because I don't want to screw up any warranties or anything like that. But I probably already did with this gun. But every time you do that, rack the slide and engage the safety, and then you would take the safety off, you'd get dead trigger because that plunger would stay down in there, because the whole trigger bar loop assembly would be stuck, just like that. So you could be pulling the trigger all damn day long till about 6 times down the road, and then it would finally go off. Now, every time. Safety on, off, everything works. I took it out to the range today, and it functioned flawlessly. No jams, no nothing, except for one little problem with Winchester ammo. Had the primer go off, but not the powder. Haven't seen that before. Just a little pop and a puff of smoke. Cleared it and threw it down the range. The ergonomics on the gun are kind of strange. It's something I'm definitely not used to. So I'm definitely used to something more like my M&P here. Clear gun. And it's just, you know, there's nothing on this gun that'll mar your hands up at all. It's just dead smooth and just very, very comfortable. And you get your hands way high up on this gun and put that freaking Apex trigger in there and it will be dead accurate. This gun, however, very, very grippy. Almost to the point that, you know, kind of hurts and you don't want to shoot it. But I figure, well, I'm just going to get used to it. And I swapped out the backstrap for the less aggressive one. My biggest bitch about this gun is where the safety is. Because I like to go ahead and have my thumbs ride real high up on there so I can get that bore axis as low in there as possible. But this thing is right in the way of my friggin' thumb. Maybe it's my little hands, I don't know, don't care. But, you know, I just need some practice with this gun and getting used to it. It's a whole different beast than what I'm used to, though. As far as looks, functionality, and reputation, the gun's great. Do I need to get used to it? Absolutely. Like I said, you know, it's no M&P. M&P is just real smooth, and you know, there's no hard edges on the damn thing. Every time I've seen somebody shooting one of these, they're wearing gloves. Now, I don't want a gun that I have to wear gloves for. That just kind of seems ridiculous to me. But only time will tell if I like it or not. So far, love the thing. I highly recommend it. Accuracy is it's pretty damn good coming out of the box. It's about what the M&P is doing with the Apex trigger installed. Keep in mind, without that trigger installed, your groups will look like crap. If you're a real good shooter, you know, they'll look great, but, you know, I'm not a very good handgun shooter. As soon as I dropped that in there, groups went from about this big to about this big. Groups with this gun are about yay big at 7 yards, which is actually pretty damn good out of the box considering I'm not a very good handgun shooter. Got no real complaints about it except that damn safety. If you got bigger hands, probably wouldn't be an issue. Sights on here are real nice. Nice and bright. You can pick those up real easy. Disassembly is just dirt simple, just like every other gun out there. XDs, M&Ps. This, however, is ultra complicated in here. This assembly, if I ever need to take that apart, I'm going to go ahead and do it and have about a couple hours to spare. Because when I did it on this one here, the M&P, this was real easy to go ahead and take down and figure out because I put the Apex trigger in myself. Not a whole lot going on there. Just a sear, trigger bar loop, magazine disconnect. That's it. It's the only thing that really worries me about this gun right here is how complicated it is in here. And I totally understand why it needs to be that way because of the single and double action trigger. But, you know, they say it's durable, say it's built to last. It's FN. It's a great company. So we'll just see how it goes. If you know anybody who owns one and has put a lot of rounds in it, go ahead and comment. Let me know how they're doing with it. And as always, thanks for watching.